Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. That's right, it's Monday, and you know what time it is. It's time to get motivated with me, your girl, Shay Samuels. As always, I want to thank you all for tuning in. You could be doing anything in this world, but you have decided to spend the next 15 minutes just getting motivated. So let's get motivated. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this message. As always, the messages are they bring me life. I'm just going to say that the message brings me life. This morning, I had an opportunity to talk to one of our artists, Jerry True to Allen. Please check this brother out. Amazing artist on the Beyond the Fence label, and he will be coming out pretty soon. But we were talking, and as we were talking, the Monday motivational message came out of me. Amen. We're going to be talking about titles today. Titles. And oh my God, this practical principle that I have for you. This practical principle, I had to write it down and I had to study it a little bit before I came before you guys to give you this message. So, you know, from a spiritual standpoint, again, I have done messages on this before where I've noticed that there's a lot of people out there trying to attain title, a title, some sort of title. And for some people, they feel this title is what opens the door to their next destination. Some people feel that they're not able to do certain things unless they have this title. The same thing in your on your earthly jobs. You know, when you get a promotion, sometimes that title allows you a certain level of access. So we're going to talk about this from two different perspectives. Amen. And then I'm going to drop this bomb on you. So please continue to listen in so that you can get one, the challenge, but two, you don't want to miss this bomb that I'm about to drop on you. Amen. From a corporate environment, let's go there. In the corporate world, there's always someone trying to climb that corporate ladder. You know, you start sometimes at an entry level position so that you can gain the knowledge that you'll need when you are promoted, right? So you start off, if it's a customer service position, they have three levels, maybe a customer service 1, 2, and 3. And then you can move up in that career path either to a supervisor, a manager, a director, or VP. But either way, you have to have some sort of education or knowledge in order to get to your next level. Amen. And so what people do is they begin to try to climb that corporate ladder. It's unfortunate because I've noticed when doing that, sometimes you have to step over some people. You don't have to. It's a choice that some people make to step over people as they begin to climb. Amen. And so there's tiers to what you do. For some people, you can go to school and your education helps you to plateau to the next level, maybe director, maybe VP, maybe CEO, co-CEO, whatever. But because of your education, you've been able to bypass the entry level positions. Amen. Please stay with me here, y'all, because this is going to be really, really, really good. And so in the earthly realm, when we are on our jobs, we try to do what we can to attain a title. I'm going to give you guys an example of myself. I know that when I'm for the company I work for, I know that before the leadership team that we have now, before that leadership team, I started off in this position as a supervisor, and I know that when I would talk to some people, they were so title driven that they would discount the knowledge that I had. Although I had what they needed, they would discount it because of the title. Amen. They would discount it, and they would come to me and say this, and they feel bad about it. They would say, "I know that you have the answer, but I have to go to your director in order to get the answer you have for me." Come on, y'all. They would bypass me and acknowledge that they would have to bypass me because of the title. Amen. And then there's some people who just want the information. They are higher up VPs and they'll come directly to me because they want the answer now. Amen. In the spiritual realm, there are people who will bypass you because you don't have the title. And you know what? So people are working to get that title. People are working to become a pastor, teacher, evangelist, preacher. They're working on and to become a part of that fivefold ministry. And the downfall to that is there is a price to pay. There is a price to pay. You know, I found out recently by my own experience that people can go online and they can actually apply for a minister's license without having that price to pay. Amen. And if there is a price financially, monetarily, it's probably very little for you to get that. But you have the title now, but may not have the experience. And because you did not pay the price, come on, somebody, because you did not pay the price, you are in for a treat once you start walking it out. Amen. So the example I was given true to this morning, I said, okay, listen. I said, it's like having a car. You know, when you get a car, you have, if you did not purchase it outright, again, a price to pay, because if you purchase it outright, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. But if you are financing that vehicle, there's a down payment that you have to put on that vehicle. And then for a couple of months, maybe 36 months, if you're lucky, 36 months, and you got the best interest rate ever, within 36 months, that vehicle is going to be paid off, right? But while you are driving that vehicle when it's leased, you never really feel like it's yours, because if you stop making payments, unfortunately, that vehicle is going to be what? Repossessed. Amen. That vehicle is going to be repossessed. But if you are paying it on time and you understand that at 36 months, this vehicle is going to be yours, what do you get at the end of that in the mail? The title. Amen. Some of us will do a freedom dance because that title was something we had to work for. Maybe longer hours just to make sure the car payment was paid. You know, maybe the struggle of having your vehicle in the shop with the mechanic for maybe 3 or 4 of those months because something happened to the car and you still had to make those payments. The car insurance. There's a lot that comes with just the car payment itself. But boy, when you get that title after you paid the price, you start doing a freedom dance. You start doing that freedom dance. And so that's exactly what it's like when we're walking in the ministry. There is a price to pay for your title. Can I get an amen on that? There is a price to pay.